Welcome back, Santa Clarita Valley. We're here on your Neighborhood Watch, where twice a month we talk about community outreach, crime prevention, and Starbucks apps with Deputy Josh Dubin from the Santa Clarita Valley Sheriff Station Crime Prevention Unit. You know, I'm getting some feedback on Twitter from @iHeartSUV who's not, I don't know, I feel like that was snark, because he's saying we're spending a little too much time talking about the Starbucks app. So,
okay, we won't talk about
we
won't talk about the Starbucks app. The moral of the story is this: a felony crime occurred. This is our only lead, and we're hoping that the pictures that we released, somebody knows the person so that we could talk to them and say, "Hey, why do you have, and why did you buy coffee?"
It's been about a week. Nobody's come forward, and we haven't had any. We have a stakeout at Starbucks going on. Is that what you're planning next? You trying to sell that to the captain?
No, although.
I don't know. It might be something you want to think about with your,
all right, we're not talking about that anymore.
All right, no
we're
more
done.
Starbucks tricks.
Or else we're going to get tweets.
And
you said snarky.
No, you know what? It was supportive. It was tune in
and
hear more about crime and Starbucks apps. But I feel like that second part might have been a shot. I don't know.
What does snarky mean?
It's sharp sarcasm, pointed. I don't know.
That's different than snotty.
I don't ask you crime definitions on here, although I could.
Actually, you did.
I have. And you've come up with the criminal code before, so.
Right.
Put me in my place. All right, bike thefts was another thing you were talking about. A little different than the crimes of opportunity, but again, something else people are doing. They're thinking they're locking up their bikes, but it's not very secure. They're not using very good means. What was the problem?
We did a press release about the registry, and it's like
I didn't even know that existed. You can register your bike.
Right. And it's a national database. So, and I put a picture with the press release. I went over to we have a couple different evidence rooms, but I went over to the evidence rooms where we hold the bicycles, and you could see a long row of bicycles that...
And spandex? Just the bicycles? Okay.
No. So, there's a purpose to that spandex.
And the neon colors?
Yeah, well, that's so you don't get hit by a car.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But the spandex?
You didn't see the city's bike safety campaign? BikeSantaClarita.com?
No, I have a car because I'm...
An 89 Toyota Tercel. We've talked about it on there numerous times.
First of all, I just purchased, I'll just have you know, that I have a 2003 Saturn now. It's an Ion. Yeah. Suicide doors. And we almost have the battery working, right, Kyle? He's nodding.
Wait, didn't that company go out of business?
They did. Oh. They actually did.
Okay. So. Anyways, so we...
sorry. You know what?
We'll stay on topic here. We're trying to keep it light, but we do have some important... information.
Yes.
So the point of the press release we did, we took it to Twitter, Facebook, Nixle, was to register your bike. If heaven forbid it does get stolen, which sometimes bikes do get stolen, especially as the summertime is going to approach. We have a ton of trails, paseos. That's one of the awesome things about living in Santa Clarita. So, register your bike. Write down the serial number. If heaven forbid your bike does get stolen, responding deputy comes to take a report, at least you have more to say than, hey, I had my bike stolen, it was white in color, and that's it. You have a serial number and different things like that. It'll help us track it better, and if we do recover it, then we can get it back to you. So,
and every 15 minutes.
Yes, that is a program.
Every 15 minutes, just happened at West Ranch High. Every time that goes down, we get some calls and questions about the crash near the high school, and it's... Right. Tell me what's going on.
That was actually hosted by the CHP.
Okay, now in the past, it's been organized by the Sheriff's Department deputy, and now CHP is coordinating that? Or?
No.
Okay.
West Ranch is in the county area. So we do not handle traffic services in the county area.
But you do have a school patrol deputy for that.
Yes, and that's contracted through the high school. I'm sorry, through the district.
Okay.
So we assisted the CHP, but that was their handle. They did a great job.
So what do you guys do in those kinds of situations when CHP's kind of leading the show, or if you will, or?
We brought some radio cars up there, and we helped with,
protecting the scene.
Right, getting the kids where they needed to be, and whatever needed to be done up there. That's a major demonstration and display.
And it's a 2-day event.
Yeah, it's an outstanding program.
Did they do that when you were in high school? 100 years ago?
They did. 100 years ago.
Really? So talk to me about, but what is every 15 minutes? I mean, every 15 minutes it's a simulated crash.
Right, and basically what it is we use students out of whatever high school we're doing the presentation at, or the CHP is doing the presentation at, and different students will be selected to play various roles in it, and it starts with a drunk driving collision, a fatality, I believe. Somebody's going to go to jail, somebody's going to go to the morgue, there's going to be this whole stage collision. There's going to be a Grim Reaper simulating death, coming to a DUI collision. Somebody's going to be transported to the station and be booked, so they're going to have that experience. Somebody's going to go to the court and get that experience. At the end, there's going to be letters read to the student body, regarding people losing their lives in DUI collisions. It's like you said, it's a massive 2-day project. There's makeup involved and all these different research. It's a really, really thorough, great demonstration that goes on for 2 days. It's awesome.
The only thing that I haven't heard about that is like the angry parent element. Where is that brought into the every 15 minutes?
Well, no,
what would happen if my mom found out that I
well,
was doing
parents
something
are
and
part
caused
of
a
it
crash?
when they.
Oh, okay.
When they're in the court proceedings and they have to talk to the parents and different things like that.
Oh, really? They
Yeah.
simulate a court element. Oh,
Right.
Interesting.
Yeah. So it's really, really powerful. And the students that I've talked to, I do the white ribbon presentation towards the end of the year. That people, the graduating seniors pledge not to drink and drive, and the ones that have gone through that program, speak really highly of it. So
I just really hope, again, one thing that we've seen happen too in the past years is that after these presentations come on, we do see a crash of this nature, and so just hopefully the message hits home,
Right.
and that people, teens especially, are making safer decisions and not doing the street racing stuff or drinking and getting behind the wheel, or they have Uber apps, they have safe rides home,
Right.
they have there are options. So
personally,
definitely.
I like the Uber app.
I
and it's in Santa
know
Clarita.
you're in the Uber app, but
You don't like the Uber
you
app.
are a walking billboard for Uber and Starbucks. That's what you are.
Well, I'm a walking billboard for not drinking and driving.
Oh, fair enough.
What do you have to say about that?
What about coffee?
I like coffee too.
And talking about scenes in the Santa Clarita Valley, I'm just going to segue. I'm not taking the bait anymore.
Go ahead.
Westboro Baptist Church was out here. I didn't think they were going to show up, but sure enough, they actually came out all the way from Kansas.
Were
picket
you actually out at the
6
scene?
churches or 5
Were you
churches?
at the scene?
No. Haley Cook was covering that for us. She works with us and with SCV TV, and she put together some footage and some coverage of that. That's up
I was
on our
not at the
website.
scene either.
No, you weren't part of the crowd control. I was deputies at all of the churches. They sent us out an announcement where they were going to protest, and then there were deputies at all of them, and they were keeping them a good 200 feet apart.
You know what? I like I said, I was not there. It was my birthday weekend.
What did you do for your birthday weekend?
Went to San Diego.
Went to San Diego. Huh?
Yeah.
Nice little weekend.
Uh-huh.
All right. Well,
Why were you texting me for news when I was in San Diego?
because
Can a guy have a weekend away?
apparently not.
Seriously.
All right, we got to take a quick break. We'll be back on the Neighborhood Watch, where Deputy Josh Dubin will once again try to guilt me for doing my job, and we'll talk about crime prevention, public outreach, and more, brought to you by All American Bail Bonds on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS. Welcome back, Santa Clarita Valley. We're here on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS, the Neighborhood Watch, brought to you by All American Bail Bonds. In the studio with me, Deputy Josh Dubin, talking about crime prevention, public safety, and outreach, and guilting me for doing my job while he was on vacation. Deputy Josh Dubin. Tell me about your little San Diego trip, huh? Your details? What happened in San Diego? Stay in San Diego?
Yes.
How old are you now? Like 3,900?
Really? I'm 34.
Wow.
Thank you.
You don't look a day over 50.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Wait till I tweet out that picture that we just took.
Are you going to grow a cop stash now that you're 40 years old? No?
No. Somebody did call in during the commercial break and say that the lights at Soledad Canyon and Prima Way are out.
Okay. So avoid that intersection?
Well,
Soledad and Prima?
if you're going to travel down Soledad, you can't really avoid that
Yeah.
intersection.
Yeah.
So
Well, you take Cross Valley, right? Can't you? I guess. Depends on
no.
which way you're. No. Okay.
Just remember, when you approach an intersection that doesn't have the signals out, you have to stop, wait for opposing traffic, and then proceed with caution.
So we got a report. Thank you. Safety first. And if a
That-
deputy's
That was on
got
the California
lights and sirens
driving
behind
test.
you, you pull over to the right and not the
Ooh.
left, right?
Yeah.
Want to get that out there.
Yeah.
Things got a little stabby last night at JJ's Bar and Grill in Valencia, in Tournament Road. Tell me what happened.
Even Kyle thought that was funny. Did you say stabby?
Yes, there was a stabbing.
Yeah, but you said stabby.
Just came out. It's out there.
Okay. I don't
What
know.
happened?
I don't know necessarily that it was in the bar. It
No.
was in the parking
The
lot.
witnesses, it seemed like, from what I had heard, started maybe as people that were in the bar, and then the actual incident went down outside.
I thought it. Well, I don't know.
Well, you have the sheriff's department reports.
No, you know what? I came here and
I just hear rumors and spread
Right.
them out there
Yeah.
as quickly as I can.
or text me while I'm in San Diego for news. I don't know.
Goodness.
Anyways, So there was
one suspect was in custody.
Right.
One person was taken to the hospital. That person, it seems like, is going to make it.
Yes,
The injuries.
I believe so.
They were stabbed several times, but the injuries were not apparently life-threatening. That was the report we got at the scene. But.
Right. So the stabbing incident occurred. One person's been arrested. One person's in the hospital. I believe he is going to be okay and survive, hopefully.
54-year-old Michael Barella was arrested with that, according to a Nixle report. Then somebody put out a Nixle report at 2 a.m. You guys really never stop.
Yes,
Round
that
the
came
clock.
right.
So
That came from our headquarters bureau, and that is staffed 24 hours a day.
And again, if you want to get the Nixle and find out what's going on in your community, you go to Google, type in Santa Clarita Nixle, which is Nixle. Again, it's Nixle. You type that in with whatever area you'd like to, and you can find out how you can sign up for the Sheriff's Department alerts. Of course, you can follow us on hometownstation.com, because once the information's official and confirmed, we'll have it up there. And or Josh's Twitter feed at JDLASD. At Perry R. Smith, throwing it out there.
That was a lot of shameless plugs right there.
Says the guy wearing a Starbucks T-shirt, drinking his
Under my uniform.
Starbucks coffee, touting Uber.
So I wearing my Starbucks shirt, carrying my Uber hat. Yeah. Anyways, when I walked into the studio today, you were asking me about an oversight bill, a Prop 47 oversight bill, and I didn't know too much about it. But
you wanted to share. Tom Lackey is bringing this bill forward and addressing what he perceives as some of the problems with Proposition 47, which are that when it basically took away the controlled substances portion of the California Penal Code, and so all of those controlled substances that were possession charges before that were felonies were automatically reduced to misdemeanors. And one of the unintended effects, I think, if you talk to the people that were behind it, because when I spoke with Lenore Anderson, she just said, we addressed the controlled substances, we didn't address specific ones. So GHB and Rohypnol, which are commonly considered date rape drugs.
Roofies.
Right, were automatically became misdemeanors, and those drugs are often used to victimize people.
Right.
In club situations, parties, put it in the drink. The next day, the person's unconscious. You know what I mean? They wake up and they find themselves victimized, or So the Assemblyman Lackey introduced a bill that would address that and basically make that illegal, and then also close the what he called the loophole in the law that addressed those felony charges would have prevented you. Like, let's just say you had repeated cocaine possession, GHB. Possession charges. Those would have been felonies that would have not allowed you to get a gun.
Or vote.
And now, obviously, if those felonies are now misdemeanors, then you could move to have them, the charges reduced and have that off your record, and then you could go and buy guns again, and that was a concern.
So what you're saying is you could be arrested, theoretically, for Prop 47 meth charge numerous times. It's a misdemeanor only, and then still go buy a handgun.
Right. And that's the way the law is now. And that's something they wanted to change, and he's working on. He said he has a bipartisan coalition. They just announced it yesterday, so we'll see what happens if it makes it off the floor and into a vote and gets passed. But definitely something to keep an eye on.
And that's breaking news from Perry Smith.
Beep, 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 beep. That was my breaking news alert. So that's all I got. If I'm not going to count on Kyle over there to get some sound effects.
AM 1220 KHTS.
Wow.
Breaking news.
I don't ask for the effect, and he throws it right in there, interrupts me. I ask for some applause when we have a guest on, and he's playing Angry Birds. So
that's true.
Yeah.
But he's training somebody today.
What Justin Powell, can we get a little shout out? Grab a mic.
He's wearing a purple shirt.
Yeah, he's wearing a shirt that's so loud, and he's being so quiet. What's up, Justin?
Who doesn't like purple?
That is true. Who doesn't like purple?
I think I made that intent
Well,
clear.
you're against purple
don't.
and plaid and flannel and all that kind of stuff.
Looking forward to the personality Justin's going to bring to the show. Definitely as a sound engineer.
What's up, Santa Clarita?
If nothing else, just his style and flair. We have to go. That's all we have time for. That's our hour.
We're coming back in 2 weeks in March.
Deputy Josh Dubin, when are we coming back? First Thursday in March?
Yes.
We're going to be here.
And we're gonna bring
Tune in.
something
Kyle's
exciting.
playing the music on me. All right.
It's like the Oscars. When the music comes on, you get off the stage.
Thank you for listening to your Neighborhood Watch, brought to you by All American Bail Bonds on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS.